Halo Infinite's multiplayer progression has some fans concerned. So we have more clarity on how you're going to be progressing when playing Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and it isn't going to be on a per match basis. So you're not going to be getting XP progression just by completing a multiplayer match. You're actually going to be getting progression by completing your goals and your tasks within the battle pass. So players are going to be progressing by completing their in-game daily challenges. So they say here, using challenges, our goal is that you will always be earning progress in your battle pass through playing and winning matches. So it isn't going to be if you just log in, you play one game and get XP. If you don't complete any of those challenges in that game, you're not going to be getting XP. This has a lot of people worried because of the fact that this could potentially break the flow of a lot of games. People may be jumping into matches to, let's say, get 10 kills with the battle rifle or 10 kills with the shotgun or needler or anything like that, rather than actually playing the multiplayer match to win a game with your teammates. Now, Uber Nick from Twitch, who plays Halo, had this to say. Said, it seems that XP gain from just playing matches will not be a thing, and only doing challenges will allow progression through the battle pass. This isn't what I wanted, but I hope 343 can implement something in the future to allow players to progress without just challenges. And Jerry Hook actually responded to this tweet. He is the head of design at 343, saying, "We hear you on this. Daily challenges for playing matches is the plan for launch, but we're always looking at ways to expand progression across the board. We'll have more to share about the outcomes from key tech preview feedback, including this, in an upcoming blog on Waypoint." So what we can take from this is that 343 is always listening to the community of things that they want, things that they don't want. And I think if the majority of the community speaks up and wants XP progression per match, they will most likely implement it. Now, I'm not sure why they're going with this like goal daily challenges way of XP for Halo Infinite. The only thing I can first think of is just that it is a free to play game, and right at launch they may want you to focus on certain challenges before they can add more in there. And it even says here that during the technical preview there were issues that caused people to run out of challenges, but 343 responded saying, "Our current plans for launch, while not infinite, means it's extremely difficult to run out of daily challenges. I won't say impossible, because there are some grinders out there, but I'd be impressed." So I don't think the challenges thing is going to be an issue when Halo Infinite launches for multiplayer, but like I said, it's a very interesting choice, and I think it has a lot to do with the free to play stuff to kind of get people to come back every single day to jump in and play. Because if you're just doing it on a per match basis, you could take a couple of weeks off or a couple of days off and come in and get that XP without having to think that you're missing out on anything. I think it's that addictive gameplay loop that they're trying to get in there, so that you know that, hey, if you don't play Halo Infinite today, you're going to miss out on a bunch of daily challenges and you're not going to get that XP for it. So that's where I think they're going with this. I don't know if it's the right choice. I personally agree with the sentiment that it's going to cause multiplayer matches to really break that flow of that Halo team-based shooting to complete the objective and to win, because people are going to be rushing for certain weapons or rushing for certain things in order to get that XP to level up. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I think out of all of this, the most important thing we should take from this news that we have is that 343 is always listening. And if the majority of the community hate it, don't want it, I think that they will listen to the community and move back to match-based XP. Now, staying on the topic of Halo, that wasn't the only thing that came out the other day. We've been getting some decent Halo news recently, and we got some PC requirements and recommendations for Halo Infinite. And I have to say, the recommendations for playing Halo Infinite on your PC are actually pretty hefty. So if we look here at the recommended specs, it is a Radeon RX 5700 XT or an NVIDIA RTX 2070. I mean, those are probably still very hard to get and relatively hefty cards. I know they're not the 3000 series, but they're still hefty cards and expensive. And then for the processor, a Ryzen 7 3700X or an Intel i7 9700K. So again, high specs for the recommended settings for Halo Infinite. And then in terms of minimum specs, it is an AMD FX 8370 or an Intel i5 4440. And then for the graphics card, the AMD RX 570 or the NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. So a little bit better there with the minimum specs, but I'm wondering how well that's actually going to run with the min specs. But recommended, hefty. If you don't have a PC with this stuff, your best bet to play Halo Infinite may be just to run out and get an Xbox Series X or S if obviously you can find the stock. And then finally, as demonstrated here by Tom Warren, there is a brand new Halo Infinite themed dynamic background for your Xbox Series X and S. And I have to say, I'm loving the dynamic backgrounds that Xbox puts out for the consoles. I currently have the OG Xbox dynamic background on there. I may check this one out and put this one there because I mean it looks pretty cool. You have like the stuff going up on the screen and everything, so it's just a nice touch to have as we're getting closer to the release of Halo Infinite. Anyways guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Halo Infinite's take on progression with the daily challenges over match-based XP, and let me know what you think about the PC specs as well. Are you going to be installing that dynamic background on your Xbox Series X or S? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you like what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.
We'll be right back.